Good morning, students. In this video, we're going to see about memory operation. What actually is memory operation? In general, if you're going to see about those, memory may operate in two different ways. One is going to be called as load. One more is going to be called as store. Load is nothing but read or fetch the data. Store is nothing but writing the data. So let us see about the load operation. The load operation transfers a copy of the content of a specific memory location to the processor. The memory content remain unchanged. Okay, let us see about steps how we are going to operate or how we are going to make this load operation over there. First, what happens? Processor sends the address of the desired location to the memory. Processor issues a read signal to the memory to fetch the data. Then memory reads the data stored at the specified address. Then memory sends the read data to the processor. This operation is going to be called as load operation. Okay. Second one, store operation. What actually the store operation is? The store operation transfers the information from the register to the specified memory location. Store operation transfers the information from the register to the specified memory location. This will destroy or this will clear the original content of that memory location where the data is going to be get stored. Okay, let us see about the step operation of this store. First, what happens? Processor sends the address of the memory location where it wants to store the data. Second, processor issues a signal called as write signal to the memory to store the data. Third, the content of the register which is going to be there in the memory data register is written into the specified memory location where we want to store. This is the operation steps of operation in the store data. Okay, so finally what happens? The memory location which the data is going to be get stored there, the overwrite is going to be happen over there so that the new data is going to be present in the particular area. These are the main two operations we are going to use in the memory operation. One is load, second one is store. Load is nothing but just we can say it's nothing but a read operation or a fetch operation. Then store is nothing but write operation. Okay, storing is nothing but writing into the memory. Loading is nothing but read from the memory or fetch from the memory. Okay, that is the main two operations we are going to see in the memory, load and write. Okay, let us see the next topic that is going to be called as instruction and instruction sequencing. What actually instruction and instruction sequencing? In this instruction and instruction sequencing, a computer must have instructions capable of performing four types of operations. Okay, it's nothing but must perform operations. These are going to be called as must perform operations. First one, data transfer between the memory and the register. Data transfer between the memory and the register. What actually the data transfer between memory and register? For example, we can say move, push, pop, exchange, etc. These are the examples of this data transfer between the memory and register. Second one, arithmetic and logical operations on data. Arithmetic and logical operations on data. This is nothing but add, subtraction, multiplication, division, some logical operations as and, or, not. Apart from that, some data called as modulus of, to find the modulus of the data, etc. will be present over there. Then third one is nothing but program sequencing and control. What actually the program sequencing and control? Example, if I'm going to have a small subroutine, to call the subroutine, we are using a call instruction. To come back from the subroutine to the main program, we are using return instruction. This is going to be a program sequence control. Apart from that, some interrupt may be present, int we can use. Sometimes the loop will be present over there. Okay, so the loops are going to be called as program sequencing and control instructions. Then the last one, the fourth one, is going to be called as IO transfer. IO transfer is nothing but two different instructions are going to be used over there: data in and data out. Sometimes it may be in and out. In instruction and out instructions are going to be get used over there. These are the four different informations or the four different types of operations in the instructions and instruction sequencing. Let us see register transfer notation. Register transfer notation. Okay, the possible locations in which transfer of information may occur in the memory location or the processor registers or registers between IO devices, registers and IO devices. Okay, so actually what happened, it identifies a location by a symbolic name standing for its hardware binary address as LOC, R0. Example, LOC, R0. Sometimes the content of the locations are denoted by placing a square brackets around the name of the location. Example, the location LOC with a square brackets, or sometimes it may be register R1 with square brackets. These are the examples of this one. Then the register and this kind of information, this kind of representations are going to be called as register transfer notations. Let us see an example. So the location is maybe a memory, or maybe a processor, or maybe a IO registers. So how the hardware binary data are going to be represented over it can be represented as location, place, or number, like that example. And register processors always it's going to deal with the registers. Register may be an R0, R1, R2, R3, etc. And IO registers always it's going to deal with data in and data out instructions. So example, how the example is going to be present. So it may be mentioned, memory may be mentioned with location tends to R1. The content present in this particular memory location is going to be moved to the register R1. That is the description given over here. Okay, just kindly go through this description. Content of the memory location, specified memory locations are transferred into the register R1. For this processor, the example is going to be R1 plus R2 tends to R3. This is nothing but add the content of the register R1 and register R2, or the content of the register is going to be added from R1 with R2, and the sum is going to be placed in the register R3. That is the example you're given for this processor location. And third one, if you're going to see about IO registers, okay, we can represent data in tends to R1. This is nothing but of the IO register, nothing but the content of the input device, where the input device consisting of an input data to be moved or transferred into the register R1. That is an example given over here. This is going to be called as register transfer notations. Register transfer notation. Let us see about the second one, that is going to be called as assembly language notation. What actually assembly language notation? To represent machine instructions and programs, assembly language notations are going to be used over there. Okay, in general we can see that the machine instructions and programs are going to be represented in a form of assembly language. So in general, if you're going to see about that, it's going to be called as move location, register R1, add R1, R2, R3. Okay, so last we have come across in the previous slide as location. The content of the location specified is to be moved to the register R1 or transferred to the register R1. This is a register transfer notation which have been represented in the assembly language notation as by using an English terminology MOVE, move location, R1. That means the content which is going to be present in the location is going to be transferred to the register R1. Okay, next example, add, add is nothing but addition operation. Add is nothing but English terminology. We are going to use here as add R1, R2, R3. That is nothing but add the data content which is going to be present in the register location R1 with R2, and the sum should be stored in the register R3. That is the description for this one. Okay, let us see the notation, how it's going to be present over there. Move location, R1 is nothing but transfer the data from memory location to register R1. During that time, what happened? The content of the locations are unchanged by the execution of this instruction, but the old data or the previous data which is going to be present in the register R1 is going to be overwritten, or it may be replaced with the new data. Okay, meanwhile, if you're going to see about the second example, add R1, R2, R3, this is nothing but add the content of the register R1 and R2 and place their sum in the register R3. During that time, what happened? R1 data and R2 data will not be changed, whereas R3 data is going to be changed. The previous data which is going to be present in the register R3 will be replaced with the new data. Okay, this is going to be called as assembly language notation. two different notations are going to be present over there: register transfer notation and assembly language notation.